Guess who's back? Back again. Trump is back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Bing 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 bing. I'll create a monster, cause nobody wants to see Biden no more. They want Trump. I'm chopped liver. Well, if you want Trump, this is what I'll give you. A little bit of weed mixed with some hard liquor. Some vodka that'll jumpstart my heart quicker than a shot when I get shot at the hospital by the doctor. When I'm not cooperating, when I'm rocking the table, well, he's operating. You waited this long, now stop debating, cause I'm back, I'm loaded red and ovulating. I know that you got a job, Miss Pelosi, but your husband's heart problem's complicating. So the FCC won't let me be, or let me be me, so let me see. They try to shut me down on mocked with her, but it feels so empty without me. So come on, thumb on your lips, that on your lips, and some tits, and get ready, cause this shit's about to get heavy. Just settle all my lawsuits. Fuck you, Nancy. Now, this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me, cause we need little controversy, cause it feels so empty without me. I said this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me, cause we need little controversy, cause it feels so empty without me.
And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage of the 199, and we have a lot to talk about today. So we're going to jump right into it. Trump is back. Back again. Tell a friend. We're not muted. I had to look, but we're not muted. I confirmed it. I confirmed it. You're not going to troll me today. I'm too good for the chat. All right, you're not going to troll me today. I'm Tim Pool. I am above the chat. You cannot defeat me. Okay, I'm going to blame everything on the chat. But no, in all seriousness, it's been a pretty busy day to say the least. And I have to say, right off rip, congratulations to Joe Biden. Joe Biden is happy to meet Hitler. He's very, very happy. Apparently, the threat to democracy is no longer there. Because now Donald Trump, you go from one day where he's a threat to democracy, he's literally Hitler, he's going to destroy America, he's the worst thing that's ever happened, and now Joe Biden looks happier than we have seen him look in years, all because he is sitting next to the MAGA king. That's right. So there it is. Trump and Biden did meet today. Apparently the meeting lasts for around 2 hours, which was a lot longer than they anticipated it was going to happen. And that's probably because Joe Biden had a lot of stuff that he wanted Trump to sign. It's really nice that Donald Trump is out meeting with his voters and supporters, and it just shows what type of guy Donald Trump really is. Just meeting the everyday voters, just random everyday voters, and he's just making their day. And there it is right there. Breaking news. This literally just happened. Marco Rubio officially announced as Trump's Secretary of State. Ooh. Statement from Donald J. Trump. It is my great honor to announce that Senator Marco Rubio of Florida is hereby nominated to be the United States Secretary of State. Marco is a highly respected leader and a very powerful voice for freedom. He will be a strong advocate for our nation, a true friend to our allies, and a fearless warrior who will never back down to our adversaries. I look forward to working with Marco to make America and the world safe and great again. There it is right there. So I don't like it at all. I hate this announcement. I despise this announcement. Now, does that mean that it's the worst thing ever? Not necessarily, but Marco Rubio, the best part of it is that we do have a Senate seat that is opened up in Florida. There's been rumors that might be Laura Trump. Ron DeSantis gets to appoint whoever that senator is, and if Marco Rubio doesn't do a good job, Trump can fire him. So there you go. I do not like Marco Rubio at all. Secretary of State, it's a very high-ranking position. Secretary of State is, I want to say that makes him like Doesn't this make him like the fourth most powerful person in government? You obviously have the president, the vice president, then you have the Speaker of the House, and then I think the Secretary of State is the fourth most powerful position. Am I right about that? Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think that's yeah. So Marco Rubio is now the fourth most powerful. Someone said you said that about JD, because I didn't know anything about JD Vance. I was proven wrong pretty quickly. I am very familiar with Marco Rubio, and he is part of the swamp. Marco Rubio is, I know he's become a pretty decent ally for President Trump in recent years, but let's just remember, this is Marco Rubio right here. I know I looked away from the needle, and yes, I know I need a 10, but I am so confident that the COVID-19 vaccine is safe and effective that I decided to take it myself. God, he's the worst. He's the worst. He's horrible. Fuck Marco Rubio. So anyway, that's where you're at. We have the official announcement for Secretary of State, and it is none other than Rhino Rubio. Rhino Rubio right there. There we go. Okay, so that is that just happened as we went live. Not a great announcement at all. We also have a lot of news surrounding the Speaker or the Senate Majority Leader. That's going on right now. And you're just getting a ton. You're getting a ton of announcements right now that are rolling out. So let me see if I can find it really quick on my likes. I'm basically using likes as bookmarks right now. Right here. Okay, so here it is. Senate Majority Leader John Thune has vowed to ram through Trump's cabinet nominees quickly so they can begin to implement Trump's agenda. To me, that's a good thing. Now, here's what I'll say about the John Thune thing. I have no idea who John Thune is. I'm not going to sit here and pretend, because basically a MAGA update went out to a bunch of people that have never mentioned John Thune's name. Suddenly they all hated him yesterday in the last few days. Previously, none of these people had ever mentioned John Thune's name. I'm not going to pretend that I even knew who the fuck this guy was until a couple of days ago. I had no idea. I see a lot of MAGA influencers that have just been like, we have to stop Thune. And it's like, have you literally ever talked about John Thune ever? Because I've never seen this man's name discussed ever. Okay. And then you see all of these same people praising, Scott. And I'm like, Scott's not that good either, by the way. But because they were told that Scott was good, they're all like on the pro Scott bandwagon. I didn't think any of the choices were good based on the information that was available to us. So I didn't think. I looked at it and I was like, I don't know why everybody is just so pro Scott all of a sudden, because none of these guys were good. Now, if you look back on past stuff from Thune, horrible takes, terrible takes. I don't like the guy, but I also am going to see how it all plays out. I'm just not going to react for the sake of reacting. And I did the same thing with JD Vance. I mean, everybody was like, JD Vance, JD Vance, JD Vance. He said all these horrible things about Donald Trump. And he did. And I was like, fuck JD Vance. I don't want anything to do with JD Vance. Look at the things that he said about Donald Trump. So I just judged him on all of these things from back in the day. And I'm not going to do that with Thune. Now, based on what we know, I don't really like Thune, but I'm going to give him a shot. So here's what he had to say right here.
And when it comes to choosing nominees who will pass Senate confirmation?
Well, as you know, the Senate has a advise and consent role under the Constitution. So we will do everything we can to process his noms quickly, get them installed in their position so they can begin to implement his agenda.
And when it comes to...
Now, he also just had a phone call with President Trump, and apparently that went very well. Right here, if I could find it right here. Just got off the phone with President Trump. Senate Republicans are excited and ready to work implementing President Trump's agenda on behalf of the American people. If he does that, I don't care what he said in the past. I have no idea what he said in the past. If he is willing to move forward with President Trump's agenda, then so be it. I don't trust Marco Rubio at all. I think Marco Rubio is a fucking snake. I don't think Marco Rubio can be redeemed. And maybe if I knew enough about this John Thune guy, I would say the same. But I can't sit here and pretend that I know who the hell this guy is. I know nothing about him. So we shall see if he does it. If he doesn't, then he's going to have MAGA raining down on him. And he's going to have Trump more powerful than he's ever been. And he'll take care of business. So I guess we're just going to have to see how that all plays out. I personally hate the idea. When it comes down to Rubio and John Thune, I do think that John Thune has far more power to hurt Trump than Marco Rubio, because Marco Rubio is a Trump appointee. So Trump can fire him. He can't just fire the Speaker of the House. It's not like that. So this guy can do far more damage to Trump for sure. So time will tell. We'll see how that all plays out. But a lot of interesting things are happening right now, right before our very eyes. We're getting Trump visiting Washington, D.C. Donald Trump names Tulsi Gabbard to be Director of National Intelligence. So Tulsi, what the fuck? This is crazy. Holy shit. Tulsi Gabbard selected to be Trump's Director of National Intelligence. These things are happening in real time as we speak. This is a crazy, crazy time in politics. It really is. So she is now Director of National Intelligence, DNI. We have, let's see. There's reactions like crazy right now. There's a Trump war room tweeting it out. And of course, we have this account right here. If I can find it, I just followed it. We now have a Department of Government Efficiency account on Twitter, DOGE. DOGE is a real thing now. The Department of Government Efficiency. A meme has made it into the government. Holy shit. This is wild. How is this the real world right now? This is amazing, dude. I can't believe it. So a lot of things rolling out right now. I truly, like, just on personnel alone, I hate the Rubio announcement. But Trump does have a lot more control over that situation than the Thune situation. So I guess we'll see how this all plays out. Right here, see, this is what worries me. Marco Rubio will be the highest ranking member of Trump's cabinet and the third highest ranking of the executive branch. Wow. Wow. That is crazy. Right now, and again, there's been a lot of announcements, but I would say that is the only bad announcement so far from President Trump. Is that the only one? But it's the highest ranking position outside of the VP. Jeez, man. I don't like this at all. This is a very bad pick from President Trump. It really is. There's no other way to spin it. It's a bad pick. And any of the MAGA people that are trying to tell you any different, that they're just not being honest. Marco Rubio is a terrible pick for Secretary of State. He just is, and I'm never going to back down off of that one. Even, I don't care if Marco Rubio does a good job. Marco Rubio is a piece of shit. He just is. He's not a good person. He is a rhino. He's a swamp monster. He's terrible. So that's bad. But here, again, to recap, Joe Biden was happy to meet Hitler today. Joe Biden's a big fan of President Trump. Lean back, have a snack, take a nap. Says Rubio's replacement in the Senate will have the seat until 2028. If Trump is working behind the scenes with DeSantis on the appointment, that will prove to be very important. Also, Rubio will be fireable by Trump. Great G&G Daily today. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, that is the only thing that's the only good that comes from this, is that as that Rubio can be fired. Trump working behind the scenes with DeSantis. I don't know if I believe that that's really happening or not. My gut feeling is that Ron DeSantis truly dislikes President Trump. I think Ron DeSantis hates President Trump. I really do. I think that he reluctantly, endorsed him and said a few nice things, but I feel like DeSantis hates Trump. I think DeSantis hates Trump's guts. But that doesn't mean that DeSantis won't be doing what's right by the American people. But I don't think my gut feeling is DeSantis privately hates Trump. We'll see. We'll see. But thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. So yeah, a lot of announcements happening right now. We've got JRG Project says Biden looks like he's relieved that Trump won and Kamala is gone. From his mannerisms, it's like he was freed from his slavers. It's like Trump met with an abuse victim. It really is. It really is. That's very true. Sam Bear says, I think Rubio will be fine as long as he is surrounded by actual MAGA people. Well, that is one thing for sure. And I mean, I know all we can do is take things like all we know is the public information. I mean, it was rumored that Donald Trump did have Marco Rubio on his short list of VP contenders. And do I believe that he was? Yes. And you have to ask yourself, so if Marco Rubio was on the short list of VP contenders and ultimately Trump went with J.D. Vance, which was a far better pick, now he has decided to put Marco Rubio as Secretary of State. And I mean, what does that tell you? Does that tell you that Rubio and Trump have really put any of those differences behind them and Trump now trusts Marco Rubio? He has to trust Marco Rubio to make him Secretary of State. He has to. I don't know, man. So, Karang said for 20 says proud to hear Tulsi as DNI Hawaii MAGA. Yeah, I really do like I like Tulsi Gabbard. Not like for I know some people are wanting her for like VP and things like that. I didn't want that, but for her to play a role in the administration, I think is a good thing. D-Day Cobra, not necessarily trust a person, but perhaps his ability to do the job potentially. But I think like at this point in time, for Trump to put Rubio as the Secretary of State, that requires a high level of trust. That requires an extremely high level of trust. So, we'll see. Gregory Harrison says Jeremy likes Bernie Tulsi over conservative Rubio. I don't like Bernie. I fucking hate Bernie. I think Bernie's a coward. And I think Tulsi at least is more authentic than Rubio. I think Rubio will say, like, you go back to the 2016 debates and how Rubio he tried to be like Trump when Trump was dominating. And he tried to come out there and throw a bunch of insults, and it was really cringe to hear Rubio trying to do that because Rubio isn't comfortable in who he is. He had to try to adapt to be someone else in order to be accepted in the situation. So yeah, with Tulsi, I mean, regardless if I agree or disagree with her political positions or political opinions, she's at least stayed true to who she is. Can't say the same for little Marco. But it is what it is. We'll see how this all plays out. It's not great news in my opinion, but I guess overall Trump's cabinet really, really, really does seem like he's definitely building a hell of a team right here. Here's the announcement. Let's see, Colin Rugg. This is a clip from the debates, I think. Here, let's see.
If he builds the wall the way he built Trump Towers, we'll be using illegal immigrant labor to do it. The second.
So cute. Such a cute soundbite. But here's the guy that buys a house for $179,000. He sells it to a lobbyist who's probably here for $380,000, and then legislation is passed. You tell me about this guy. This is what we're going to have.
Here's the guy that inherited $200 million. If he hadn't inherited $200 million, you know where Donald Trump would be right now? Selling watches in Manhattan.
I have to say, he lied this time. He lied. 100%. 100%.
You lied about the Polish workers.
Yeah.
You lied to the
30
students of
38
Trump
years ago.
University.
38 years ago.
Oh, he lied 38 years ago. All right, I guess there's a statute of limitation on lies.
Don't worry about it.
All right, wait.
Don't worry about it, little Marco.
Gentlemen, gentlemen.
That volume just increased massively. Everybody's saying they couldn't hear. I have the volume as loud as I can make it, and now suddenly the volume just blew my fucking ears out.
You want to show up,
Gentlemen, you gotta do better than this.
This guy has the number one.
Mr. Trump, may I ask you,
absentee
Mr. Trump,
record in the
I'd
United
like to ask you a
States.
policy question.
Doesn't show
Your
up to
proposed
So this is something that's going to be shared a lot from like anti-Trump people. They're really going to latch on to showing like a lot. And Colin Rugg is not an anti-Trump person, by the way, but a lot of people are going to show that. The thing about Donald Trump is, one thing I've noticed about him is once you're not targeting him, or once you're not in a place that he like a position he needs like to in terms of like the debates or anything like that, if you're not going after Trump, he's cool with you. He's not really going to go after you. But if you are in his way, he will absolutely bulldoze you. And that's what he did to Jeb Bush. That's what he did to every Republican in 2016. That's what he did to Ron DeSantis. That's what he did to everybody in his path. He will absolutely bulldoze you. But if you're not fucking with him, he's not going to fuck with you. It's just not what he does. And I think that that's okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It hit my feed the other day. I don't know if I could find it. Did I like the video? Might have liked it. Yeah. Like this hit my feed the other day, and I only meant to click on like the first few minutes of it. I couldn't stop watching it though. It was amazing. And let me see if I can where's it at right here? This right here. This was amazing to watch this.
We have a country where to assimilate, you have to speak English. I'm not the first one to say this, Dana. We've had many people over the years, for many, many years, saying the same thing. This is a country where we speak English, not Spanish.
Trump, take 30 seconds.
Let me just, he wants to be a tough guy. A lot of times you'll have, and it doesn't work very well with
How tough is it to take property from an elderly woman?
Let me talk. Quiet.
How tough
a lot of times, that's all of his donors and special interests out there. So that's what it is. That's what. And by the way, let me just tell you, we needed tickets. You can't get them. You know who has the tickets for the? I'm talking about to the television audience. Donors, special interest, the people that are putting up the money. So it is. The RNC told us we have all donors in the audience, and the reason they're not loving me, the reason they're not loving me is I don't want their money. I'm going to do the right thing for the American public. I don't want their money. I don't need their money. And I'm the only one up here that can say that. I know so many of the people in the audience. And by the way, I'm a self-funder. I have my wife and I have my son. That's all I have. Obviously, the war in Iraq is a big, fat mistake. All right? Now, you can take it any way you want. And it took Jeb Bush.
Dude, he destroyed Jeb Bush's entire career. If you take Trump out of the equation, I think Jeb Bush wins this primary. I absolutely think Jeb Bush wins this primary. But Trump, because Jeb Bush was perceived to be the lead person, Trump targeted him. That's what he did. He's like, you're the lead guy. I'm going to destroy you because you're in the position that I want to be in, or that it's perceived that you're the lead dog and I'm going to crush you.
You remember at the beginning of his announcement, when he announced for president, took him 5 days. He went back. It was a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. Took him 5 days before his people told him what to say. And he ultimately said it was a mistake. The war in Iraq, we spent $2 trillion, thousands of lives. We don't even have it. Iran is taking over Iraq with the second largest oil reserves in the world. Obviously, it was a mistake. So George Bush made a mistake. We can make mistakes, but that one was a beauty. We should have never been in Iraq. We have destabilized the Middle East.
He should be impeached.
I think it's my turn, isn't it?
You do whatever you want. You call it whatever you want. I want to tell you, they lied.
Okay.
They said there were weapons of mass destruction. There were none, and they knew there were none. There were no weapons of mass destruction. The World Trade Center came down during your brother's reign. Remember that.
Hold on.
Friends,
The World Trade Center came down during the rain in Georgia. He kept us safe. That's not safe. That is not safe, Marco.
Well, my mom is the strongest woman I know.
She should
This
be
is
running.
not about my family. This is a tough business to run for
I know.
president.
You're a tough guy, Jeb.
And we need to have a leader that is
Real
principled.
tough.
You're never going to be president of the
You're
United
real
States
tough,
by
Jeb,
insulting
yeah?
your way to
Well,
the
let's see.
presidency.
I'm at 42 and you're at 3. So
Doesn't matter.
far I'm doing better.
Doesn't matter.
So far I'm doing better. You know, you started off over here, Jeb. You're moving over further and further. Pretty soon you're going to be off the end.
This doesn't do.
Trump. He wanted casino gambling in Florida.
I did one.
Yes, you did.
Totally false.
You wanted it, and you
You
didn't
have to-
get
I
it
would've
because I
gotten
was
it.
opposed to casino gambling
I
before,
promise I would've
during,
gotten
and after to be bought by
I
anybody.
promise if I wanted it, I would have gotten it.
No way, man.
Believe me.
No.
I know my people.
Not even
I know
possible.
my people.
But the
I didn't
simple
want
fact
to,
is-
excuse me, 1 second.
No.
I
The
didn't
simple
want
fact
to,
is,
Jeff,
Donald,
all
you
good.
cannot take.
More energy tonight. I like
No.
that. Look,
I was asked the question.
the weakest person on the stage by far on illegal immigration is Jeb Bush. They come out of an act of
He's just targeting him. So the point I'm trying to make here is that they're going to keep playing clips of Rubio and Trump from 2016 and all of that. That's because Trump will target anyone that is even perceived as any type of threat or that has any relevance, and he will destroy them. This is why he destroyed Ron DeSantis. He will destroy you if he thinks that you might pose any threat, because that's what competitors do. He will absolutely annihilate you. And this is what he did to Jeb Bush. And he also did it to Marco Rubio. He did it to Ted Cruz. He did it to John Kasich. He did it to everybody. The only person he didn't go after, if you remember, really was Ben Carson. That's it, because Ben Carson, man, he's the nicest, most lovable guy. He's probably got the highest IQ of anybody up on the stage, but he's not a confrontational person. He was no threat. So there's no reason to go after him. Now, I know a lot of people come in here and said that, Tulsi was named to the Trump administration, as was Marco Rubio. You got Thune, who is now the Senate Majority Leader. So there's a lot going on today. This is a glorious clip that I kind of want to keep watching.
whether you like it or not. He is so weak on illegal immigration, it's laughable, and everybody knows.
That's fine. I don't really
spend
care.
a little more money on the commercials.
But if you want to talk about weak,
He also
the simple
said
fact
about
is,
language.
I've laid out my plans.
He said
as it
about
relates to
language. For
immigration.
language, 2 days ago, he said he would take his pants off and moon everybody, and that's fine. Nobody reports that. He gets up and says that, and then he tells me, "Oh, my language was a little bit rough."
Bragg, for example, that he's been bankrupt 4 times, and it was great because he could use the legal system.
Let me respond. That's another
Also
lie.
have a-
I never went
Hold on,
bankrupt.
Mr.
It's another lie.
But hold on.
No, but it's a
basis
lie. This
of
guy,
his
he doesn't know what
campaign.
he's talking about.
We need someone with a
This is a
proven
lie.
record.
I used the laws to my benefit because I run a company.
Yeah,
I
it was-
never went bankrupt. Excuse me, Jeb.
Yeah.
I never went bankrupt. Never. Now, but you don't want to say that. Jeb doesn't really believe I'm unhinged. He said that very simply because he has failed in this campaign. It's been a total disaster. Nobody cares. And frankly, I'm the most solid person up here.
Ever ready. It's very high energy, Donald. Mr. Trump?
Humble.
I like Donald. He is an amazing entertainer. Most of his life.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
For most of his life, that's a matter
You
of
are
principle.
the
And I'll
single
tell you,
biggest liar. You probably are worse than Jeb Bush. You are the single biggest liar.
All right.
This guy lied. Let me just tell you, this guy lied about Ben Carson when he took votes away from Ben Carson in Iowa. And he just continues. And today we had robocalls saying Donald Trump is not going to run in South Carolina, where I'm leading by a lot. I'm not going to run. Vote for Ted Cruz. This is the same thing he did to Ben Carson. This guy will say anything. Nasty guy. Now I know why he doesn't have one endorsement from any of his colleagues.
All right, John, I get to
Pick
respond.
from the buffet there.
He's a nasty guy.
When you point to his own record, he screams, liar, liar, liar. If you want to go.
Where did I support it? Where did I
If you
support
want
it?
to go
Hey, Ted,
and watch,
where did I
if you
support
want to
it?
go and watch the video, go to our website,
Ted,
tedcruz.org.
Where
You
did I
can see
support it, Ted?
Out
Now,
of
don't tell me about
Donald's
a
own
video.
mouth. When we
Where
were
did I support it?
You supported it when we were battling over defunding Planned Parenthood. You went on
That's a
television
lot
and
of
said
nuts.
Planned Parenthood does wonderful things and we should not defund
Oh,
them.
it does do wonderful things, but not as it relates to abortion.
So tell
They
me, what
do
are the
some-
wonderful
excuse
things?
me,
What are the wonderful
excuse
things
me.
it does?
There are wonderful things having to do with women's health.
You see,
but
you and I
not when it
disagree on
comes
that.
to abortion.
That's and
Not
John,
when it comes
the
to
reason
abortion.
principle matters.
That's where I draw
John, the reason.
First of all, he's talking about the polls. I'm beating him awfully badly in the polls.
But
every
you're not
single
beating
one of them.
Hillary.
So
But you're
I don't
not
know.
beating
I don't-
Hillary.
Well, then if I can't beat her, you're really going to get killed, aren't you? First of all, Rand Paul shouldn't even be on this stage. He's number 11. He's got 1% in the polls, and how he got up here, there's far too many people. And
Mr. Trump.
I never attacked him on his look, and believe me, there's plenty of subject matter right there. That I can tell you.
He said back in 2006, gee, I hope it does collapse because then I can go in and buy some and make some money. Well, it did collapse.
Okay, we're going to go back to this here in just a minute because there's more breaking news that we want to cover because there's a lot going on. Here we go right here. Donald Trump nominates Matt Gaetz to be United States Attorney General. Holy crap. Wow. Okay, that is huge. That's huge. Let's freaking go. So we are continuing to roll out all of these announcements right now. This is crazy. I was not really expecting this one. So it is my great honor to announce that Congressman Matt Gaetz of Florida is hereby nominated to be the Attorney General of the United States. That is a huge announcement. Wow. Let's freaking go. So I'm happy as hell to hear that. We will get back to like watching the roast session here in just a minute. So we have Matt Gaetz, Attorney General. We have Marco Rubio as Secretary of State. We have, there's just all type of announcements right now. I can't even keep up with all this stuff right now. Let's see. Tulsi Gabbard is the Director of National Intelligence. This is one day removed from Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy that are going to be running DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency. This is crazy, man. Terrible loss for the House. That's a good point. That is a terrible loss for the House for sure. But I'm sure that they have a plan. Man, oh man, oh man. This Trump cabinet minus Rubio is fire. It is fire so far. Let me see if I can find. All right, so yeah, Scott Pressler right here. John Thune has been elected as Senate Majority Leader. I'm not going to focus on things I can't control. We can, however, register to vote and register as Republicans in closed primary states. If you don't agree with your senator's votes, primary them. That is correct. That is really what it comes down to. So at this point, John Thune's just going to have to be held accountable. And if he's held accountable, if he does a good job, then so be it. If he doesn't, take care of business. Same with Marco Rubio. Trump can fire Marco Rubio if he screws up. So there's that element of it. Also, Tim Scott is the new chair. Let's listen. I don't like Tim Scott, by the way.
Hey, brother. Without any question, President Trump set out to make sure that Americans felt like this country and the American dream was alive and well and there for them. From the border to fixing the economy, to solving the issue of crime and restoring confidence on the global stage, President Trump has been very clear on his agenda. Our goal with our leader, John Thune, is to make sure that we achieve those objectives. My passion is making sure that we defend our current seats and expand the map and expand our majority so that President Trump does not have 2 years with a Republican majority in the Senate. He has 4 years in control of making sure that America's agenda comes home to each and every household.
So there you go, Tim Scott. Look, they're saying they're saying all the right things, but they're politicians. That's what they're good at. They're good at bullshitting their way through anything. So again, just announced Matt Gaetz to be Attorney General under President Trump. Now, this is assuming that the Senate pushes everything through. Obviously, with what just happened in the presidential election, it would be career suicide for them to resist any of President Trump's picks right now. It would be 100% career suicide. I don't think that they're going to do that. I do not believe that. I believe that everything is going to be pushed through because, man, if they don't, it will be absolute hell. Let's see if we get any more announcements right now. Yeah, I mean, there's this massive upgrades. JMNZZ450 says, all of us Florida boys flooding the cabinet. Let's go. Let's go. Audio's too loud for me. Laszlo, you said audio's too loud for me. Thank you for that 50. I appreciate it. We've got Ehab says DOGE and the people like Tulsi and this Pete Hegseth may keep people like Rubio in line. Let's hope so. But the bottom line is Rubio has a very high-ranking position. I'm just going to have to trust President Trump at this point in time. I mean, obviously do trust President Trump, but I'm just going to have to trust him on this Rubio pick, even though I don't like it, and I'm not going to back down off of that pick. But I'll at least give it time, and we'll see. But Ryan, the guy says, I have to admit, it would have been hilarious to have Matt Gaetz as press secretary. The media really despises him. It would have brought me so much joy to watch them squirm. But good choice for USAG, 100%. Savvy clap for $1. Thank you. Dr. Caledon says, hail mods, hail chat, hail gay boy Jer. Land Schneck says, play it again. Talking about the Trump return. Cellular Dream says, Jeremy is gay. Eric CB says, it's President, VP, Speaker, President, Pro, let's see, Tempor of Senate, then Cabinet, starting with Secretary of State. So he's fifth in line. I thought he was fourth. Cole Hauser says, hey, Jeremy, it's one thing that my country of Canada sucks, but having your celebrity rejects coming here is adding more problems to one to bear. Hey, Canada, you can have all of our reject celebrities. Okay, you can have them all. We will send all of them your way. I am happy to give you all of them. Let's see here. Matt Gaetz being the Attorney General is huge, actually. Earthbound Ian says, any guess on what position Tulsi will have? I think we got it. We just got that announcement. High Q says, there are still many rhinos in Washington. Rubio, I'm worried about the president. We've got to look out for him. Pentagon is having secret meetings. Adrian says, Tulsi was just announced as Director of National Intelligence. Eric John Pizza Artist is breaking Tulsi, Director of National Intelligence. Troy New says, I'm going to give Thune and Rubio a chance. J.D. Vance called Trump Hitler in 2016. I wanted Hillary to win in 2016. All aboard the Trump train. Hey, let's freaking go. Project Taco says, Brandon Herrera might be head of ATF. What a timeline this in. Harambe's death destroyed the timeline, and Peanut the Squirrel healed the timeline. Dave Chandler, Thune is a decent enough guy. So is Speaker Johnson. The problem is that they're both kind of swampy. Eyes wide open is the best policy until he produces. I agree. And that's what we're going to have to look out for. Get woke, go broke for 20 says U.S. Secretary of Health Ben Carson. Do it, Trump. I certainly believe that Ben Carson will have a place in the Trump administration. So there's just no doubt about that in my view. So we're going to have to see. I'm waiting to see if more announcements are going to drop right now. Tulsi Gabbard just sent a thank you out to President Trump. Says, thank you. Here we go. Thank you at Real Donald Trump for the opportunity to serve as a member of your cabinet to defend the safety, security, and freedom of the American people. I look forward to getting to work. Let's go, man. This is a dream team. It is a dream team. I'm looking for more updates as we speak. I'll leave it on the Matt Gaetz one so everybody knows that I'm aware of that, because everybody's going to come in the chat and say, hey, this was announced, that was announced. I want to talk about this really quick while we're on the topic. I did send this tweet out right here. So this is just kind of showing the anti-Trump bullshit is out there and it's not going away. So there's this streamer awards that's going on, and a lot of these Twitch streamers are trying to rig the voting so that Aiden Ross and Donald Trump doesn't win. If you follow streaming at all, you know that the biggest streaming story of this year was Aiden Ross with Donald Trump.
Aiden Ross is being robbed. He is being absolutely robbed. See, we're coming at the end of 2024, and people are voting on the biggest streaming moment of 2024. And I'm seeing multiple Twitch streamers bring up the voting page, right, and trying to convince their audience to vote for Kai Cenat and Kevin Hart collab as the biggest streaming moment in 2024, which it was a big moment. It was awesome. Great content, but it doesn't compare to the collaboration of Aiden Ross and Donald J. Trump. That had such an impact worldwide. That was such a moment. And there's so many Twitch streamers trying to convince their audience to vote for.
Simplistic says you don't give a fuck about this, and that's why conservatives continue to lose, because you motherfuckers don't understand that the streaming content out there has such an impact on the younger generation. And if we don't quit letting these things get hijacked by leftist propaganda, then we're doomed to repeat where we just were. And that's the type of mindset that leftists want you to have. Streaming isn't important. Streaming isn't important. It's the fucking future. It absolutely is important. And that mindset is retarded.
Kai Cenat and Kevin Hart to the point where it seems like propaganda. It's not just they're putting a tweet out about it. They're doing it on stream and trying to convince their live audience to vote for Kai Cenat and Kevin Hart. These two collaborations don't even remotely compare.
No, they don't.
That Aiden Ross, Donald Trump collaboration was so big and had such an impact worldwide. It may have changed the course of history forever. That's just my opinion.
It did. And the thing everybody needs to be concerned with here, too, is I know there was a big win. We aren't going to have another Donald Trump to bail us out when this leftist propaganda tries to take over again. It's time to build the foundation now. It's time to get focused now. Donald Trump is a once-in-a-lifetime personality and person. There's not going to be another Donald Trump walking through the door tomorrow or in 4 years from now. The foundation has to be built, and understand that leftist propaganda and that mind virus, it's not going away. It's just like any other disease. If you don't fight it off, it will take over. And it got close to taking over in this election. The fact that Kamala Harris got 70 million votes. Do you understand how insane that is? Kamala Harris got 70 million votes. The dumbest human being we have ever seen run for a political position, who didn't even get voted in by the people, got 70 million votes. Holy fuck. Donald Trump will not be here in 4 years to save us. Prepare now and understand that this bullshit ain't going away. So that's so when I see people dismiss stuff like that, it annoys the shit out of me, because people want to be in their own little box. I don't care about this. I don't care about video games. I don't care about movies. I don't care about entertainment. You're the fucking problem. And all of these conservatives that had that mindset, that's the reason Kamala Harris has 70 million fucking votes and could have easily been 81 million if the right people weren't paying attention to it. That's the hard truth of it right there. I don't care about this. Well, go fucking vote Democrat, I guess, right? That's not the mindset to have. The mindset is we have to defeat these evil fucking people that are trying to poison the mind of the younger generation. I want to hear what Charlie Kirk has to say right here. He's very happy about Matt Gaetz.
So they said that if we win, things will be greater than ever before. And Matt Gaetz has a new job.
Charlie Kirk's driver. I'm honored for the promotion.
We're making America great again. And we found Matt Gaetz some work.
That's pretty awesome right there. I didn't even know that was Matt. So you got Charlie Kirk's driver has been promoted by the Trump administration. That's pretty awesome. That is a huge announcement, man. It really is. I was not expecting that at all. Now, press secretary, people are wondering who that's going to be, and we don't have an answer yet. But there's been a lot of good news, everyone, and I know we've shared a lot of good news. But we have to share some sad news, and I want to mentally prepare all of you for what is about to happen. I don't like to just throw something at somebody and shock them. This is going to be depressing for a lot of you, and I don't want to upset a lot of you, but we have to report on the truth. Don Lemon is leaving X, everyone. Don Lemon is leaving X. I know this is sad. I don't know how many of you are going to continue to stay on the platform without Don Lemon being on X, but Don Lemon is leaving X, and I don't know how we're going to survive. So let's listen to this very, very, very sad video from Don Lemon.
Hi, everyone. I have loved connecting with all of you on Twitter and then on X for all of these years, but it's time for me to leave the platform. I once believed that it was a place for honest debate and discussion, transparency and free speech, but I now feel it does not serve that purpose. In addition, starting this Friday, November 15th, X is implementing new terms of service, which among other things states that, quote, all disputes be brought exclusively in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Texas or state courts located in Tarrant County, Texas, end quote. The full terms of service can be found on my written statement or on the X website. Now, as the Washington Post recently reported on X's decision to change the terms, this, quote, ensures that such lawsuits will be heard in courthouses that are a hub for conservatives, which experts say could make it easier for X to shield itself from litigation and punish critics. I think that speaks for itself. You can find me on YouTube at The Don Lemon Show, or on TikTok and Facebook at Don Lemon, and on Instagram and Blue Sky at Don Lemon Official. I hope you will join me there. Thanks.
How will we ever survive without Don Lemon on X, on Twitter? This is a terrible day. I apologize to all of you that are very, very bothered by this. I too was bothered by it. I thought about deleting. Wait, what? What? Breaking, the FBI has reportedly seized Polymarket CEO's phone and other electronics. What? What is happening right now? What in the fuck is going on? I personally was not really the biggest fan of Polymarket and all of that, but it's pretty obvious that Polymarket definitely had an impact on people's perception of the election. So now, a week after the election, they're arresting him, or at least they're investigating him. Very, very interesting indeed. I'm looking for more information on this right now. That's all the information that's out there right now. I don't see anything else. I'm going to continue to look. Nothing. Let's see. That was earlier. Yeah, I see nothing at this moment that's like giving me any more information or anything like that. So we will just have to see how this all plays out. But that's interesting indeed. Now, if you go back to this, this is what is her name? Jean-Luc Picard, whatever her name is, Corinne Jean-Luc Picard. She said that Biden met with President-elect Trump for approximately 2 hours in the Oval Office.
Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, okay. I'm excited to see you all too. Okay, so today, President Biden met with President-elect Trump for approximately 2 hours in the Oval Office.
Let me repeat that, what she said. President Biden sat down with Hitler, literally Hitler, the person that's going to destroy democracy, the most racist, sexist individual on the planet, the person that incited an insurrection, and had a great conversation for 2 hours with him. Amazing how that works.
White House Chief of Staff Jeff Zients and incoming Chief of Staff Susie Wiles joined the meeting. It was a substantive meeting, an exchange of views. They discussed important national security and domestic policy issues facing the nation and the world. President Biden also raised important items on Congress's to-do list for the lame duck session, including funding the government and providing the disaster supplemental funding the president requested. Finally, the president reiterated what he said to the president-elect the day after the election and to the American people in a Rose Garden just last week. We will have an orderly transition and a peaceful transition of power. With that, as you can see, I have the National Security Advisor with.
I'm so happy we don't have to hear from her anymore. The fact that she's out of a job is absolutely fantastic, and I'm happy to hear that. Right here, okay. Here's your next Attorney General, ladies and gentlemen.
And asked him about his comments. Is it safe to say that based off of your comments, you're suggesting that these women at these abortion rallies are ugly and overweight?
Yes.
What do you say to people who think that those comments are offensive?
Be offended.
And asked him about
Yes! Let's go! We are back!
his comments. Is it safe to say that based off of your comments, you're suggesting that these women at these abortion rallies are ugly and overweight?
Yes.
What do you say to people who think that those comments are offensive?
Be offended.
And asked him.
We are so back, boys. All right, we are back. That is fantastic. Holy shit. All right, let's see here. What is this one? Oh, there was one. So check this out. And this is what we have to have more of. I'm pretty sure I can find it fairly quickly. If you all remember this moment right here, this is one of the great moments from the primaries with Vivek. And this is the type of attitude that is going to be back in the White House now, right here. This is one of the most legendary moments ever.
And frankly, look, the people there cheering for losing in the Republican Party. Think about who's moderating this debate. This should be Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, and Elon Musk. We'd have 10 times the viewership, asking questions that GOP primary voters actually care about and bringing more people into our party. You think the Democrats, and we've got Kristen Welker here, you think the Democrats would actually hire Greg Gutfeld to host a Democratic debate? They wouldn't do it. And so the fact of the matter is, I mean, Kristen, I'm going to use this time because this is actually about you in the media and the corrupt media establishment. Ask you, the Trump-Russia collusion hoax that you pushed on this network for years, was that real or was that Hillary Clinton made up disinformation? Answer the question. Go. Mr. Ross. Sorry. This is how we get our country back. We need accountability because this media rigged the 2016 election. They rigged the 2020 election with the Hunter Biden laptop story. And they're going to rig this election.
Your time is up.
Accountability.
Let me turn to Governor.
Let's go. Oh my gosh, man. He threw it right back at her. It's absolutely fantastic. Like, that is glorious. That is glorious. Holy crap. Let's see. Now, they're saying this could be your next press secretary. I don't know. The rumor's out there. I have a question for the chat. Would you like this to be your next White House press secretary?
Hey guys, I've never done a video like this, so I thought I would try because
Ron Filipowski is getting like 1 million views for me chopping celery. This is me eating avocado. Happy Passover, everybody. Hey, Ron, you little trollski. Look, I'm not good at this either. Oh, oops. Get a life.
She's got a great personality. Great personality on that one right there. So we'll see. We'll see if she is. D-Day McLean says, I can't super chat for some reason. Really? Shouldn't be no problem. I don't see any issues. Other people have super chatted. So, I was a little distracted by what was on camera though. So, but yeah, great personality. Great personality. So we'll see. Is she going to be, what is this? Joe Biden just tweeted this out. Today, I met with the president-elect Trump in the Oval Office. I look forward to leading a smooth transition and peaceful transfer of power. As I told the president-elect, my team is committed to doing everything we can to ensure the incoming administration has what they need. And that is from President Biden. Although, I will say this. I don't know, just because it's their like professional account, I think that there's probably some weird going on with like the editing, because that's not what Biden's room looks like. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but this is actually what it looks like right here. So Joe Biden is a big fan of Donald Trump. And so he has all of these different images from the past year hanging up. And you can see Biden he really is a big fan of Donald Trump. So Robo Guy for 75 for 50 says, my only concern is with all of the nominations Trump made, they try to stop it from going through. Then again, the Thune appointment probably already has everyone hounding them. If they tried to block them, then they would get recalled within seconds. Yeah, I personally, like, my gut feeling on this is that I just don't, and thank you for the 50. I really appreciate that. I don't see any way that they can block Trump's appointments, man. That would be a big effing mistake if they did that. That with all of the momentum that Trump has right now, I just don't see it at all. So we shall see. We shall see. It will be interesting. Let's see where we're at. I got that one. I will catch up on everything. So thank you guys for being patient. And again, this is just I don't normally do Covercast at this time of the day. Bear in the Woods says, streaming and podcasts just decided the U.S. presidency. We cannot afford to cede ground on those anymore. Stop downplaying, catch up. Agreed. You can't downplay this shit. It's very important that we don't. Poppin' Fresh J with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. And Poppin' Fresh J with 10 gifted memberships. That's 15 in total. Thank you. Gerald Armstrong says, Jeremy, why are you gay? Answer the question. Go. Why are you gay? Alina Habba confirms that I am not. Yeah, there you go. Golf and Gun says Trump's building a chadinet, not a cabinet, a chadinet. JRG says, I know why Trump is picking Florida for its talent for his cabinet. Florida went 13 plus points in favor of conservatives. So it's safe to bet. So it's a safe bet to replace those seats rather than a swing state. I can see that too, but it ultimately, those are just the best candidates. That's really what it comes down to. Southeastern Kaiju says, is this real life? It appears it is. Sam Bear says, Tulsi Gabbard is the best thing I've heard today. That was before Matt Gaetz, probably, because Matt Gaetz is 100% the best thing. Daniel Davis says, Thune is McConnell's protege in training. Rick was the only choice of the 3 who were eligible. That's why MAGA reacted that way. Hail Cobra Cast. CD Stein says, Jeremy, it may seem it's at a breakneck pace, but Trump has approximately 100 days to get his picks in to get them confirmed through recess appointment. No, I get it. I'm not complaining about it at all. It is just a lot of information that is happening in real time. And so we'll continue to follow all of it as it happens. Bro, AB is just a madman on Twitter. Look at this from AB. Antonio Brown. Holy crap. Oh my God, Antonio Brown. Holy shit. That's a good one right there. That's a good one. Thoughts on fitness with Nigel, says Jeremy. Check Benny on the John Thune. Not good. No, I mean, I've heard all the stuff. I get it. Like, I'm not saying that all the stuff we've heard on Thune isn't good. Just like at the end of the day, I was not familiar with the guy at all. So now what I know is that he said a lot of bad shit. He's Mitch McConnell's lapdog. That's obvious. But now he is the speaker, and he is the Senate majority leader. And so we're just going to have to see, does he help carry out Trump's agenda? And if he doesn't, then he'll have to be dealt with. There's nothing else that can be done other than accept where we're at. Now, the secret vote bullshit, I don't really know how that gets addressed, but that needs to be addressed. A secret vote should never happen with elected officials. That is 100% bullshit in every way, shape, or form. These people work for us, and the fact that they're holding a secret vote is the biggest bullshit I have ever heard in my life. Absolutely unacceptable in every way possible. That needs to be dealt with. However that needs to be dealt with, that needs to be dealt with. Secret vote is everything that the Trump administration is supposed to be standing against. This is the era of transparency right here. Secret vote. Get the fuck out of here. Darth Gallo says Alex Jones for press secretary. Mike Nas says, maybe you could have Benny on FNT in the near future to have an in-depth discussion debate on Trump's picks. I don't know if FNT is the place to do that. That's more of a entertainment based discussion. So to have an in-depth discussion on Trump's picks, probably not that platform. VJ the Vigilant says maybe Rubio is temporary to please certain people. If that's the case, that's the wrong attitude to have. Trump doesn't need to try to please anybody but himself and his agenda. So if that was the case, I would be very disappointed in President Trump for picking Rubio to please certain people. I would not like that at all. Operation One says greetings from Israel, buddy. Good luck, President Trump. Thank you. Pirate of Las Vegas says Rubio hates China, so this might be a good thing. Gerald Armstrong says Trump knows when to be a heel. VJ the Vigilant says Trump picks Gaetz as Attorney General. Crew Kid says, God damn it, can he stop nominating Congress people? The majority is small enough as it is, LOL. NDI says Brandon Herrera for ATF Director. JS Pena says react to Trump 300 and winter is trumping. I'll have to look and see. Cole Hauser says Gaetz is the only one who doesn't take PAC or lobbyist money. Ghost Crusader CV says, how many has Trump taken from the House already? We have a slim majority. If he takes any more people from the House, Democrats will get control of it. I'm sure they've got a plan in place. Hire Rubio just so he can fire him. That would be a very Trump thing to do. Fantastic Knox says, Harris voters who want to escape Australia, sorry, we are full. Default says, I guess all we can do is hope this is the beginning of little Marco's redemption arc. MAGA Avengers assemble. This is probably the best take that that we can absolutely have. Like, again, I have strong opinions on Marco Rubio. I don't like him. I don't like the pick. I didn't want him for VP. I don't want him for Secretary of State. All of these things, 100%. But this is probably the best attitude to have moving forward in it. He is the Secretary of State. Trump clearly likes Marco Rubio, and he clearly trusts Marco Rubio. I just think that's it. So that's the best attitude to have. What's interesting is, so I started rewatching House of Cards, and in episode, well, is it the second episode? First, it all runs together because I watched like the first 3 episodes or 4 episodes again, but the whole thing about Secretary of State and how that all played out and how Frank Underwood manipulates that situation, and I'm like, damn, this is interesting because Secretary of State is such a big discussion right now. It's such a fascinating show. I absolutely love that show. I love the the inside look into how disgusting the world of politics is. Beastie Man says, and it helped President Trump win bigly. That's right. And I got to say, season 6 of House of Cards is turning out to be the best season yet. I mean, this is the best season so far. I think it was Keenan that said that. Somebody said that though, but we're in the middle of House of Cards season 6 right now. And this is the best season yet. Philip Butler says the key is voter ID and in-person voting. Dan says Kayleigh McEnany for press secretary, you fig. Kayleigh McEnany kind of stabbed Trump in the back. I don't know how bad. I know that there was a falling out. I think she basically was like a pro DeSantis shill for a little while there. And I know Trump and her had some issues. So Diz the Jizz 69 says should make a blue sky. Samwise GG says, Jeremy, how is Beardo doing? Tuesday night's main event was rough for him. It always is. Felix B says, hail to the 199 from Germany. Jeremy, any thoughts on Marjorie Taylor Greene? Trump might pick her for a cabinet position. She's very loyal to President Trump for the most part, so I would not be against that at all. So she's been pretty loyal to him. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Susan Collins announces she opposes Matt Gaetz for Attorney General. So you're already getting some kickback on that, and I imagine there's going to be a lot of kickback on that. You know what's funny about this is here's what I think. Trump is aware that a lot of people don't like Marco Rubio. A lot of MAGA people. That is 100% very Trumpian to announce Marco Rubio and then follow up with Matt Gaetz to shift the conversation over to Matt Gaetz. I think that's exactly what he did. And it's a brilliant move on President Trump's part. If that's what he did, pretty sure that's what the focus was. Felix, I got that one. Giggity says, now it's time for accountability. Matt HTX, what's up, man? Says, hail the 199. I wear my 199 hat a lot. So happy Trump won in a landslide and both the electoral and popular vote. Can't wait for his second term. Try talking to the quartering for the R platform. Yeah, I mean, I bottom line is the way I look at this is I have connections to Rumble. I shouldn't have to, it shouldn't matter if I have connections to Rumble. Rumble should work well for everybody. It shouldn't work well for the people that have connections. You know what I mean? That's the bottom line. And if Rumble only works for the people that have connections, then what the fuck are we doing over there? Everybody's not going to have a contact. So it should work good for everybody, regardless if you're Steven Crowder, Dan Bongino, or little old Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. It should work good for everybody. So yes, I have contacts with them. I have connections with them. That does me no good. The platform needs to work, and it needs to work for everybody. And if they can't make it work for everybody, then you're never going to compete with YouTube. And that's the bottom line on it. I don't like having connections. I don't like that. I think the system should work equally for everybody, not the people that are in the club. And that's just how I feel universally across the board. You should be able to make of the platform what you as personally can make, not because you know the right people. Robo Guy says, by the way, Matt Gaetz says, AG, I had such a big grin on my face, imagining him as Doom guy, just ripping and tearing like no tomorrow. Absolutely. Hell yes. Skywalker DFS says, my only negative feedback for Trump, I wish he would stop doing the pyramid with his hands whenever he sits down. I do not think he is Illuminati. I don't even think he realizes he's doing it. Yeah, I mean, Trump's not into all that shit. So I don't think that he should stop doing it, especially if he's not doing it because he's aware of it. He should do whatever he wants. If other people are trolling with that, then he can't worry about that. Chad Admiral Thrawn says, if Trump appoints rhinos in his cabinet, he can get their positions filled at state level their positions filled at state level filled, then fire cabinet members, leaving them with nowhere to go. Possible chess move. I don't think that Trump has like, I know a lot of Trump fans think that Trump operates on like 4D chess and all of that. I don't. I think Trump operates off gut instincts. I think he reacts based on the situation. Obviously, he's a very smart person and he is very methodical with the things he does. I don't think Trump is operating on 4D chess with this next level Q theory bullshit and all of that. I think that Trump is just a fucking alpha male who has really good gut instincts and he's a brilliant businessman. And that's really what it comes down to. He's not some like otherworldly being. He's just a dude, you know? So gut instinct is 4D chess. No, it's not. No, it's not. Gut instinct is going with your gut and having a good feel. 4D chess is like, I'm going to make this move in order to put this thing into play so I can make a decision over here that will ultimately circle back to the greater good. He's not doing shit like that. He's just not. And if you've paid attention to Trump, you know that's not how he operates. Movie Times Today says, hey, Jerry, you fig, what do you think of Byron Donalds? I like Byron Donalds. Byron Donalds is great. I've talked about him many times on here. Let's see. Bill, I am the Mars says, we've got a rhino as Senate Majority Leader. Aaron James says, working here. What's up, man? Savvy Clap says, if you can't super chat, that means you gay. D-Day McLean says, check your post. Check my post? What post? Like on Twitter? I don't know what you mean by check my post. Let's see. J.R. Cardenas says, you get the new G.I. Joe comic issue 1. It's great. Which one? I mean, I have a lot of like the Cobra Commander, the Duke, Destro, all of that. I don't know specifically which one you're talking about, but I've been trying to keep up with them. Operation 1 says, hey, buddy. Oh, I got that one earlier. Movie Times Today says, bracing, Jared just becomes Secretary of Fig Affairs. Michael Amato says, hey, Jared. How about Carrie Lake for press secretary? That'd be, I mean, I think Carrie Lake as press secretary would be fantastic, actually. I'm a huge fan of Carrie Lake. Sadly, she's not going to be a senator. I like her a lot, though. Let's see. Tired Retro Gamer says, the excitement and rumors over these cabinet picks and announcements feels like a Marvel movie announcement back when they were good. Grand Chubb says that conservative Republican nonchalant passive attitude is the reason why the woke mind virus and things are the way they are for the 199. Agreed. Fantastic Mr. Knox says, wonder if Ducey will be bored once KGP is gone. Probably. Talking about Peter Ducey, probably going to be a little bored. And I'm sure he'll miss her, kind of like, oh, look at this, dude, look at this. Joe Biden is so happy. Look how happy Joe Biden is. And I love that Melania Trump did not show up. Melania was like, fuck you, Jill Biden. Your husband signed off on the raid of Mar-a-Lago for the FBI to come into my house. I love that Melania Trump rejected that. He's so happy right now. Joe Biden's never been happier. Let's see where we're at. Look at this. President Trump and his nominee, Pete Hegseth, are already drawing up a list of Pentagon officers to fire per Reuters. They're wasting no time. Let's friggin' go. Woo! Back to this. So Joe Biden, very, very happy to be. Look at him, man. Joe ain't been this happy in a long time, man. Look at him. He's so happy. He's every picture. He's got the biggest smile on his face. Swig of water for the working man. He's glowing. Let's go ahead and put that MAGA hat on, Joe. Go ahead and put the MAGA hat on, buddy. It'll be okay. Right here. Department. Let's see. The DOGE right here. DOGE tweeted out, working overtime to ensure your tax dollars will be spent wisely. Let's go. Man, it feels so good to actually have like people in involved in decision making that is got the best interest of the American people. The Matt Gaetz announcement is crazy. Also, here we go. Breaking: the FBI raided the New York City apartment of Polymarket's founder and CEO earlier today. Man, this is wild. I am very interested to know what is going on with that. Why are they targeting this guy? Let's see, Justin, we got that. Boom, 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 boom. Right here, President Trump gives Elon Musk 530 days to make government efficient. Elon Musk has said it will be done much faster. Boys, we are back. We are so back. For anyone, man, I still have not completely comprehended what we witnessed 8 days ago. This is going to be something that will change the course of the rest of our lives. We have a Department of Government Efficiency. We have a Department of Government Efficiency. What is happening right now? This is amazing. What? Hang on. What is this? Don't test your gangster on me. This Connecticut school teacher threatened to murder anyone who voted Trump. What? Hold on.
And people of color.
I can barely hear this, and I apologize that the audio is low, okay? But I can barely hear this.
And people of color and poor people and gay people and all the people that I care about aren't going to be safe in America. Neither the fuck are you guys. Just because you won doesn't mean we don't remember who the fuck you voted for. You're not in the clear. And just please don't test your gangster on me, because you will end on a stretcher, gone forever. So serious. Nobody fucking talk to me unless you want to swing. If you want to fight, text me, call me, whatever. Anybody else, stay the fuck out of my face. And if you voted for Trump, literally, please delete me, block me, get rid of everything of me, or step to me so that I know what's up and I can handle you how I see fit. Please just come forward. We fucking know. Just tell me or leave. Please. The door.
So I did mute myself so that you guys could at least hear it. The audio was terrible. But yeah, so this is a Connecticut school teacher that has essentially threatened to end anyone who voted for Donald Trump. Placed on temporary leave is all that happened to her. She's placed on temporary leave. Gina Carano was fired and shamed from the biggest entertainment company in the world for not giving a strong opinion on politics. This Connecticut school teacher threatens to kill Trump supporters. She's not fired. She's placed on temporary leave. She was expressing her personal opinion and not those of the, Cheshire public schools. This person who filmed this then posted the video to social media outlets. The public school is reviewing the situation as a personal matter. This is why we need Matt Gaetz. This is why we need President Trump. This is why we need MAGA. This is why it's important to understand all of these freaks that are involved with poisoning young minds across the United States of America. Let's see. Man. Jeremy, Cheshire, Cheshire, I don't know cats. Cheshire? Fuck, I don't fucking know. I'm a dog person. I don't like cats. All right, they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs. So I'm a dog person. Cats are like women. They're just emotional and moody. And the only time they want something from you is when they want to be fed. Outside of that, they just want you to leave them alone. Dogs are like men. They're like lay around and scratch themselves. You know, they typically don't need much in life. Just, you know, the basic needs. And that's it. Dogs are like men. Cats are like women. So that's how I view it anyway. So tell me I'm wrong. And you know I'm not. You know I'm not. All right. It's from Alice in Wonderland. Fuck, I haven't seen Alice in Wonderland in forever. Yeah, you know it's true though. You know it's true. Oh, all right. Let's see where we're at. There's a lot more news that is happening throughout the day. And let me see here. All right. Elon Musk just tweets, "The hammer of justice is coming." That is directly from Elon freaking Musk. Dude, I can't believe this. Like, I can't believe what we're witnessing. This is amazing. Right there. Okay. There's just so much information that I can't keep up. No way. Bro. Chat, how much do you love me? How much do you love me, chat? I'm about to bless all of you with something glorious. This is the first time I've seen this too. Thank God for my algorithm on Twitter. Have you ever thought to yourself, how about 50? I should charge a 50 for this, but I'm going to charge it. I'm not going to grift it. Okay. Have you ever wanted to see Alina Habba in a skirt jumping into a pit of balls? I know that sounds bad. Have you ever wanted to see that? Because we have it right here, ladies and gentlemen. Alina Habba. There we go. You're welcome, chat. You're welcome. Quality content. Absolutely quality content right there. So that's what you get at CobraCast. We only have the best stuff here at CobraCast. So I'll be bookmarking that for research purposes. Bookmark. There we go. Okay. Just because she's going to be White House press secretary, we just need to make sure that we have everything, you know, all the research available when she hopefully does become White House press secretary. We'll see. Okay. What's the latest right here? Looking here. Slow motion, please. E Street says Rubio single-handedly talked Trump out of the war with Venezuela. That's what made me realize he was all in for America first. If it wasn't for him, Trump would have had a new war on his record. Is that true? Like, do we have like some documentation of that? If that's the case, then I would absolutely like to do more research on that. But that's good news if that's the case. That's good news. Polymarket getting raided? Apparently. New Trump tweets. Okay, let's go. Let's see what we got. Okay, here we go. New Trump tweets. Here we go. Okay, yeah, so this is him introducing Matt Gaetz. Then, of course, Tulsi Gabbard, Marco Rubio. And yeah, that was that's his White House senior staff. So there we go, right there. That's good stuff. Trump is on fire right now, man. He is on fire. So America is going to be made great again. That is the fact. Elon Musk tweeting things out about The hammer of justice is coming. We swapped Adam Kinzinger for Tulsi Gabbard. Best trade of the century, says Libs of TikTok. I agree with that. That's not good. It was just some AI. So the Polymarket CEO's phone and electronics have been seized by the FBI. They've raided his home. That is wild. Something's got to be done. Here's the thing. I know a lot of people think that Donald Trump is like going to be like, he's going to go in there with this like focused retribution. And I think that in some ways he will. I really hope that he goes next level on this shit, dude. The FBI raided Donald Trump's home. Do you know how insane that is? They raided his home. Former president of the United States, front runner for the Republican nomination at the time. They raided his home. What's he going to do about that? Polymarket CEO was at a Dem fundraiser before the election. I did see a lot of those clips. Just to be clear, I always felt like the more and more, headphone knocked out. The more and more that I kept seeing from Polymarket, the more that I started to get skeptical. Then, like I said, one of those, it wasn't Polymarket, I don't think. It was another one. Somebody reaches out to me. They're like, hey, I have a client that's interested in sponsoring you. They directly wanted me to reach out to you. The CEO wanted me to reach out to you. I'm like, who? And it was one of these gambling or whatever sites, the sites that do the presidential, whatever, the percentages of like, oh, betting odds and all that. I'm like, okay. I got connected in like a group thread, and then like there was an introduction, and then nothing really came of that conversation. Then like they followed up, and I just left it on. I was like, I'm not even responding to this. I don't know how much they were willing to pay. There was never an official offer made, but I saw so many political channels that were shilling those, and I'm like, why am I seeing these things everywhere out of like all of a sudden? I'm seeing these things everywhere, and they were determining what people were saying. And if you remember, Trump was leading, and then all of a sudden Kamala gets a boost out of nowhere, but there was no news to support that Kamala was actually like getting it was really strange. It was really strange. So, but I stayed away from it. I didn't want anything to do with that shit. So I just like when the people sponsor me instead of like all these companies, and there's just too many hoops to jump through, and they just want you to dance and all that. And it's like, I'm not dancing for you. I'm not doing it. Like if you give me like, if you're not BetterHelp, who offered me like $5,000 for like 3 ad reads, or $6,000 or whatever it was, which is an insane amount of money, by the way. That is insane for that's the biggest offer I've ever gotten, by the way, for a sponsorship. 3 ad reads, and they were going to give me that much money. And I was like, fuck BetterHelp. Fuck BetterHelp. I can't take your money because you're a shitty company. But there's others like that. I don't know, man. The ad game is very kind of like it's tough to determine, because you'll have companies like send you like, oh, hi YouTuber, we love your content. If you introduce yourself as, if you call me just YouTuber in your email, you know nothing about me. I'm not going to respond to your email. I'm just not going to do it. I refuse to do that. Hello, fellow YouTuber. We love your content, and we think you would make a great partner for our product. No, not going to respond. Troy News says, wild but true. Trump's uncle, MIT professor John G. Trump, reviewed Tesla's papers in 1943, including research on time travel. Yes, that Tesla. What if? I've heard those theories before. Greg says, G.I. Joe #1 that goes with the Energon universe came out today. Okay. I will look forward to getting that one. I haven't gotten that one. Gypsy says, Joey Diaz for press secretary. DDM McClain says, check your stream post on Twitter. Okay. Fantastic Snock says, gonna spitball. The FBI arrested the CEO of Polymarket due to all the push polls failing and they're salty. Their polls are considered dog poo-poo. It's scary times, man. Philip Butler says, are they going to smear Trump with Polymarket? Potentially. I think that's a very concerning thing right now that the Polymarket CEO has had his house raided and his electronics seized. Is CNN freaking out right now at all of the picks? That's what it seems like. I actually can't wait to hear CNN melting down. What is this? I got that one. Let me see what's going on YouTube right now. Because if CNN's having any meltdowns, that would be worth watching right now if we can see what they're saying. Got that one. Where's CNN? CNN. Okay. Nothing from CNN. It doesn't like. Of course, they're getting ready to go out of business anyway. Yeah, no new updates from CNN. Although Biden did say to Trump, "Welcome back." It's almost like Biden had this planned out the whole time. Welcome back, old pal. Okay, so this clearly is not great news. So right here, creepy Chuck Schumer is elated that John Thune's election as majority leader. Of course he is. Thune is McConnell 2.0. Here we go.
Mr. President, I have just been told that Senator John Thune will be the next Republican leader in the Senate. I congratulate Senator Thune on being chosen by his colleagues as the next Republican leader. I look forward to working with him. We've done many bipartisan things here in the Senate together, and I hope that continues. As you know, I strongly believe that bipartisanship is the best and often the only way to get things done in the Senate.
Well, that's the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard, and that would be the most concerning thing. If Chuck Schumer is happy, nobody should be happy if Chuck Schumer's happy. So, yeah, that's not a good sign at all. But listen, let's see here. Where did that one go? So that is a big red flag. What is this? I haven't seen that one. Okay, let's go to trying to see. There was a clip that I wanted to show you guys that, you know how Twitter does that thing where you see something and then it refreshes and it goes away. I really hate that they do that, but they keep doing that. What is this one? Okay. I don't know. Is this that teacher? Is this the same teacher right here? Let's see.
Latino men on this campus, adults and students that love Donald Trump, and he's called their mothers rapists. He's called their
No, that's the one I covered. I covered this one a week ago, I think.
fathers rapists.
Now at 5:30, an Inland Empire teacher's profanity-laced anti-Trump tirade is going viral at this hour, and it came the day after Trump became the president-elect. Good evening. This is the KTLA 5 News at 5:30. I'm Cher Calvin.
And I'm Micah Ullman. The Moreno Valley Unified School District has put the high school teacher on leave while it investigates the recording.
Now, some students are objecting to the district's action and are now protesting in support of the teacher. KTLA's Shelby Nelson joins us live from Moreno Valley with the controversy. Shelby.
Sure, Micah. And tonight we're actually talking about two incidents, one here in Moreno Valley, another at the Chino Valley High School. Now, critics believe that these teachers went way too far and had no place in lecturing their students about their political beliefs, not to mention the way in which they did it. Some are even calling for them to be fired. But on the other hand, there are supporters who say, yes, maybe it was wrong, it should have been toned down, but it's not enough to fire them.
A rapist, draft-dodging coward, treasonous scum. Why would he win? Why would he win? Why did he win?
A teacher's post-election Trump rant going viral. This audio recording is from a teacher at Valley View High School in Moreno Valley.
But has Donald Trump quoted Hitler? Yes. Does he embody some of Hitler's ideas? Yes.
The recording now with millions of listens.
Let me tell you, I know a lot of Latino men on this campus, adults and students, that love Donald Trump. And he's called their mothers rapists. He's called their fathers rapists. He's called them criminals. He called them the poison in the blood of our country.
He could have definitely worded it a different way. He could have made it like family friendly, like no swear words. He could have got his point across.
Jude Vasquez has the teacher's second period class. He and several students
could have worded it differently. Get the fuck out of here. There's nothing to word differently about what this clown was saying. That's a big no.
Walked out of school today.
Bring him back! Bring him back!
In protest, calling on the Moreno Valley Unified School District to bring the AP World History teacher back after he was placed on administrative leave.
They tried silencing us, but they will not silence us today. Yeah!
In a statement, the district told KTLA in part, "We were recently made aware of an incident at one of our high schools in which a staff member's discussion about the election results turned unprofessional. We do not condone the behavior that occurred, and an immediate investigation has been launched."
They aren't going to do shit, but this is a big problem. And just think, these are just the stories we're hearing about. Think about the ones that we're not hearing about. Think about some of the discussions. I'm not here to tell anybody how to parent their kids, but public school, man, public school is a very dangerous place right now. It really is. It's a very dangerous place. I want to hear what the media reaction is to the Marco Rubio news. So we're going to listen to this right here.
Let's bring in Harris Faulkner, anchor of the Faulkner Focus and co-host of Outnumbered. Harris, you and I watched this on your earlier shows today as it unfolded. And, you know, just looking at that moment again and now learning that President Trump walked in there with a list on his agenda. And I know Susie Wiles was with him, and she has been working very closely with him on this meeting. Your thoughts?
Well, and on the other side of the aisle, you saw that Jake Sullivan joined the White House press secretary to take questions about those moments, too. So there were other people who were in the constellation of that meeting that was nearly 2 hours long. The moments on camera and the moments that were to be consumed by the public, though, Martha, you and I both noted when this was happening live, that we took from the Oval Office were very decidedly short. I now, learning more information, I have two questions. First of all, what was on the list from President-elect Trump, and how were those questions addressed by the current president? And was there somebody else in the room who was answering those questions on his behalf? You know, President Biden just met with the president of Israel, Herzog, in the Oval Office. And you ask then, well, why hasn't some of that sort of support happened previously, 403 days into the war between Israel and the Hamas savages, the terrorists that invaded on October 7th. And I would want to know that. I would want to know, was that one of Trump's questions? Did Biden obligate the United States to anything with Israel that we don't publicly know? Is he backing it?
It's a good question. Marco Rubio will indeed become the next U.S. Department of State head of the Department of State. So he will be our Secretary of State, working overseas, obviously, and dealing with the wars that are going on, both between Ukraine and Russia and Gaza and Lebanon and Israel. And he was, there was a piece of tape I saw the other day, yesterday, I think, of Senator Rubio making it very clear to a reporter in the hallway, he is against any ceasefire with regard to the Israel war that's going on with Gaza. He wants the hostages returned. He wants them to reach their goals of obliterating Hamas before any ceasefire is discussed. So your reaction to this news, we've been waiting for it for a couple of days since the leak of Rubio as Secretary of State.
Look, the audience heard me just say it. I said, wow, because we were just talking about that. And that video that you speak of in the hallway at the Capitol has now gone viral in the last 48 hours of him saying, you know, no, we will not be giving a ceasefire. Hamas then just within days has been indicating, well, wait a minute, with Trump coming into office, what does that look like for them? He's going to draw a hard line on that. And that'll be interesting, that part of it. But the other thing with Marco Rubio as senator is that he has been very clear on down the road where he stands with regard to our allies. There's been no shades of gray where he is concerned. And that is a complete opposite of what we're getting with the Biden administration. So you will probably see some moves that you might not have seen. For instance, with Ukraine, I'm interested now even more what it means when Trump promised months ago that if he were elected again, previous to January 20th, he would start to reach out to these leaders. One of his first 3 or 4 calls were with President Zelensky in Ukraine and Putin in Russia. So now it starts to kind of take some texture with it. Now we kind of understand this was the president-elect's pick.
Yeah, I just don't like this Rubio pick. I don't like it. There's nothing that I'm hearing that's making me feel any better about it. It's just not a good pick. For whatever reason, Trump made it though. And again, I'll put my trust in Trump, but I don't like it. So I guess we'll just have to see what happens with it as things kind of play out. Right now, I am seeing a lot of freak out with the Matt Gaetz announcement. That is really triggering people, which you knew it was going to trigger people. Will it get pushed through? That's going to be the true test. Is the Senate going to confirm that? I guess we will see. But Trump is building a hell of a team, man. A hell of a team. Rubio being the only one that really does bother me. Let's see here. Okay, let me catch super chat really quick. Big Daddy Land says, why do you have a woman on screen? They have no rights anymore because we re-elected Trump. That's pretty much true. Warbear says, confirm Jeremy does not like pussy. Let's see. Where you at? Golf and Gun says, how much per ball? B. Carswell says, great. Now I have a new fetish. Horny Alf says, Jeremy, I sent you a DM of a great clip of a new Secretary of Defense. He will be good for our military. What up, Horny Alf? I will check it out. Golf and Gun says, worry about the Polymarket raid. I am concerned about that. I'm interested to know what exactly the details behind that is. Whatever happened with what was that social media app that the CEO or the owner got put in jail overseas? I never used Telegram. Is that what it was? Telegram? Whatever happened with that? I haven't heard any update about that one, which is wild. I think it was Telegram, right? I never used Telegram. Harley Dave says, hail Fig. This isn't going to go smoothly. This is all going too smoothly. People are being too nice. It feels like they're planning something or they're scared shitless. A little bit of both, probably. A little bit of both. What's up, Harley Dave? Yeah, Telegram. Did we hear anything? He can't leave France, but is he still in jail in France? Phantasma Stock says, so news is going around that Zelensky wants to make nukes. Wonder how Trump and Putin will say about what they will say about this. Thanks to Biden for giving Zelensky billions. Mr. Bentham says, you chose Yale versus Crown forklifts today. Do you also sit when you pee like a woman? I'm just kidding. I can totally handle a forklift better than you, though. Nope. I've just driven Yale before. So that's why I'm familiar with that one. Borg Pork says, I went to that high school. Fire his ass. Desert Wolfskin says, we do have the best women compared to Joy Reid. Joy Reid's just a disgusting. I can't say what I want to say about Joy Reid here on YouTube. I'll just say that, okay? Let's just say that, all right? I'll just leave it at that before I get in any trouble. Dogecoin is through the roof, apparently. So, of course it is. I don't follow that, but I see people talking about it right now. And look at this right here. Breaking: Matt Gaetz selected as Attorney General. It's hilarious because the DOGE tried to persecute him, and now he's going to run it. This right here is gonna trigger so many people, man. The amount of people I'm seeing right now that are melting down over this. I can't wait to hear what the MSNBCs of the world, the CNNs of the world. I can't wait to hear it. It's going to be fantastic. There's a lot of stuff that they're going to be able to go after with him, and they're going to use a lot of that. In terms of the Polymarket stuff, I'm not seeing a lot of information on that. All I see is that they raided his apartment. They've taken his electronics, and that's really all we got. Now, this was today, if I'm not mistaken. So let's listen to this really quickly.
Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee.
Well, thank you very much. This is a very nice gathering, isn't it? Nice. It's nice to win. It's always nice to win. A lot of good friends in this room. So you know we had like historic kind of numbers, especially for the president, but we won't get into that. But the House did very well, and I think we're responsible for 31, helping you with 31, meaning we could have lost by quite a bit. And we ended up, I guess you'll be 5 up. Are you looking at 5 or 4? 5 or 4, right? Doesn't matter. We get used to 1 for a little while. When you can get used to 1, you can get used to anything. So I just want to thank everybody. You've been incredible. We worked with a lot of you to get you in. And you helped me, and you helped me too. And my numbers were, so they say the 129 years is the most important election in 129 years. That's pretty good. I said, who is the 129 years? What was that, Doc Ronnie? Who's 129 years ago? I never looked because it started at being 100 and then they upped it to that, but it's a great compliment. We won the majority by 7.1 million. We won, which is great because Republicans aren't supposed to be winning the majority, Marjorie. You know that, right? And we won that, and we won it every way, all 7 swing states by a lot. And then Michigan was great, couldn't be better. I'll tell you, Michigan was great, and we had a couple of people. Almost New Jersey is right, just a few points. It's got them very worried because they say, well, next time if we go up even a fraction of what we went up, you're going to win New York, you're going to win New Jersey, you're going to win places that weren't winnable. California too. I think without one speech, without campaigning at all in California, I think we were up, we lost by 9 points. I mean, 9 points in California, and it's very doable. It would be really doable if they changed the election process, if they.
All right, so there's that.
We're going to see what's happening. They're going to get that shot back, and we'll get it back for you. The president just announcing one of the things that he was talking about. He didn't use the words, but coattails is one of the things that we talk about. So when he said there were 31 races that Trump's team really helped get across the finish line. Without that, they might not have had the majority.
Just so our viewers know at home, apparently that was the pool. So the pool goes in, they let you stay around for 2 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever time they designate, and then you got to clear out of the room, and that's what that.
Well, they weren't like, let him finish a sentence.
Yeah, I'd agree.
So they kicked the press out. So that was pretty funny to see that happen. So Grant Potato says, how much do you want to bet they went to the Polymarket CEO for election interference? It will be interesting to see what the play is. Let's see. CK Win says, tell Fear the Gato to play Pokemon Battle with Savvy or Trump fires him. Master Puppet says, Biden got backstabbed. No wonder he endorsed Trump. Norm Alman says, what is this 4D chess move to humiliate little Marco Rubio? Doc Fortune says, voted straight ticket R for the first time in my life. How do we reconcile all of these Warhawk neocon swamp creature appointments in the past few days? Well, there hasn't been that many. Marco Rubio is the only one that's bad. I don't know what other ones you're concerned about, but I don't really see any problem with any of the others. It's just Marco Rubio. Matthew Maxwell says Marco is a complete snake. Rand Paul called Marco Rubio Hillary Clinton. I agree with Rand. Also, Tulsi Gabbard as DNI is great. Love that pick. Noam is a bad one. I don't know about that. Noam's not a bad one. I mean, with her, she didn't do herself any favors with her thing that she wrote in her book or whatever, but I don't have any problem with Kristi Noem. The Raven and Writing Desk, new member. Thank you. Lying Dog Face Pony Soldier with a gifted membership. Movie Times Today. Let's see. Twilight Media Corp says Trump is looking at Dan Bongino to become director of Secret Service. Charles says, I summon the MAGA King. Goji the King says, What that stream proved was that network and legacy media are irrelevant. Trump on stream changed how we have access to our leaders. Jason D says, truth hurts. Before it heals, we need a lot more of it. Basket City says, have you considered recording Cobra Cast as a podcast and episodes? Just an idea? I have. I've definitely considered that. I don't know what you guys would think about that, but I would love any feedback. I have thought about just recording a full episode and then sending it to like Danky and having him upload the segments as videos. Sometimes that might be better. Like, it is like with all the time that I spend live streaming, there is a lot of like time that I miss out on doing other things that I could be doing, but yeah, we'll see. Movie Time Today, gifted a membership. Thank you. Unapologetic Art. Jeremy, how funny would it be if Joe Biden wore a MAGA hat to Trump's inauguration? Maito says that we need a Dogecoin emoji. Over on Rumble, says Stormfire says, personally, I think them choosing Thune is a win for us. Those who were never go along with MAGA have already outed themselves before Trump was even in office. They think Trump is playing nice. Bulldozer says, maybe the Rubio pick is so we get a solid Senate appointment from DeSantis, then fire Rubio when he sucks and he's gone. That's the thing I don't like about that is this is like Secretary of State. This isn't just like a random position. That's a hell of a position to be playing 4D chess with. I don't think that's the case at all. I know people want to believe that. I don't think that's the case at all. This is a high-ranking position. You don't fuck around with that. And I don't think Trump's willing to do that. I think Trump genuinely likes Marco Rubio and genuinely trusts him. I just do. That's what I think is happening. Waffle Master says, running out of people to watch. Quartering just said on his live stream he doesn't care about the people to face charges who slept with 16, 17-year-olds because in certain states it's illegal. Well, I never comment when other people tell me what a streamer said, especially streamers I know, because I'm not going to do that. But I know other people fall into those traps all the time. But I appreciate everybody watching, though. So I'm not getting into like commenting on other streamers' comments through super chats and all of that. Bronsonite says many Republican politicians are blackmailed and owned by certain foreign lobbies. Let's not get into it, but Rubio is one of them, and it has been unburdened. Let's see. If he has been unburdened, then he could be an asset. Rubio exudes weakness and the lack of confidence, like he's owned or guilty of something, not a good vibe or body language. Vault 95 says Joe Biden's job is being taken by a hot immigrant. Let's fucking go. Zinni Biscuit says Nick de Polio for press secretary. I'm reading on my screen. So again, Rumble and their gay fucking system. If I don't pull the fucking the external link up, then I don't have anything to pull up my super chat. So I'm looking at this screen way over here in the far fucking corner, and I can barely read them because if I pulled it up now, it doesn't populate because Rumble is a retarded fucking platform. At this point in time, I'm done playing games with them. Like I'm gonna bitch about the fact, make your platform better for streamers and make it work. It's not that complicated. Like I shouldn't have to download an external fucking link to keep up with my super chats. You should be able to make it where I can keep up with the super chats already. Or you can just sign another fucking conservative for millions of dollars. Whatever works for you, I guess. Right? Jesus Christ. Anyway, Bronson says, cheer me out. Hear me out, chat. Let's see. Cheer me out. Hear me out, chat. That's exactly what you're saying. On 50 Cent press secretary or Kanye. Good Lord. You guys stop. JD says, I wish we had Ken Paxton for AG. Part of me feels like Gaetz is a troll. No, Gaetz is not a troll. Gaetz is a madman. You know what I mean? So let me see here. Let me see. Jeremy doesn't know Nick. Is it, how do you say? I don't. Who the fuck is this guy? I don't know who this guy is. Let's see. Rubio has seemed less confident at times, but working for President Trump, his confidence will go up. Yeah, like most streamers, I don't try to Google everything and pretend I know what the fuck I'm talking about. If I don't know what something is, I'll just tell you I don't know what it is. Here's how it usually goes with streamers. They see something, they click on their Google, they'll type up what it is, and then they'll say the Wikipedia definition of it, because they don't want to look like they're stupid or uninformed on anything, because they think as a streamer they have to know everything. That's exactly what streamers do. Spoiler alert. Laughing Man says Jeremy still hasn't read my super chat from Election Day. Laughing Man doesn't like me. Here, Laughing Man, just for you. Laughing Man, just for you. Here we go.
Should I do it?
Do not come.
I'm gonna do it.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Oh. And I know you like this one, Laughing Man.
It's gonna crawl again.
Damn! He's a comedian? Okay, well, I don't care. Yeah, I don't know who he is. I don't care who he is. But maybe he's a good comedian. And that's okay. Let's see. Okay, let me see if there's any more new news before we wrap this up. Do you guys want me to do another CobraCast tonight, later tonight? Would you like that? Let me know, and we will go live again. But there was so much news that I couldn't pass up on going live today, because there was just so much to talk about. So another CobraCast tonight. All right, then so it shall be. It shall happen. Over on locals, A Money Wilson says Lincoln was, where'd it go? Lincoln was known for his mixed cabinet of multiple political parties. So another notch in Trump's legacy to be the greatest president of our lifetime. Let's freaking go. Anthony Rodriguez says, not a big fan of Rubio. However, I didn't like JD Vance at first either. In Trump, I trust. The JD Vance pick will go down as one of the great picks of all time. So that 100% should make a lot of people feel better about the situation for sure. Killing Time says, best intro ever. Well, thank you. All right, guys, we're going to call it here. And it looks like I'll be going live later again for another CobraCast. So I'm looking forward to it. And let's see. Go back again tonight. Retro Americana. Got it. Play the damn clip again. I just did. It's gonna crawl again. Damn! It is the most fascinating clip in internet history. I need to know what happened. How is she? Is she okay? How many times had she fallen before then? Because they said she's going to fall again. So she's already fallen once. Was that the second time she fell? Was it the fifth time? Was she drinking? How is she right now? Is she okay? Is she all right? I need to know these things. What time is CobraCast? Let's see. Probably around 9. So we'll see. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. I hope you have a great evening, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.